Hello again, YouTube. Well, what are you doing on Saturday? I can tell you what I'm doing. I'm doing a triathlon, my first in 5 years. And I wasn't this time yesterday morning, so yeah, even by my standards, that's gold tier bad planning, isn't it, really? Long story short, one of our local triathlons, the Hanningfield Reservoir Triathlon, is a try that I've wanted to do since its inception a good few years back. But I just never got round to doing it. Then I got fat and unfit. You saw the videos, you know what happened. Anywho, long story short, I was aware that it was coming up for this year, and did want to enter, but thought the wife was working on Saturday when the race is, and you know, we've got these two who I didn't want to leave on their own just whilst I was out racing and enjoying myself. So I kind of written it off. Anywho, yesterday the wife realised she's not working on Saturday, and she did actually suggest that we entered one of the swims over there. She's a proper open water swimmer, and she's bloody good at it as well. So I was all up for that, and anyway, she got in from work and faffed around building a Lumi ice bath thing she'd ordered herself, which I think I'm going to be using, and you might see a review of that coming up on the channel. Anywho, so yeah, you know, we hadn't registered at that point, and I know what she's like. You got to time your run. You got to, you know, you got to know when she's in the right moment to say, should we register for this? Anyway, I thought I picked it well, and I said, should we register for this swim? And she said, no, you go and do it. And anywho, I sat down and went to register, and I thought, do you know what? The swim was going to cost me 30 quid, and the try is just £15 more. No brainer. So yeah, long story short, I've entered the try. So this is 3 days away now. My first race was going to be in 2 weeks' time, and that's a particularly brutal off-road affair, which is actually necessitating me to get some mountain bike coaching. Other videos coming on that. But yeah, so here I am. Today is Wednesday. Race is Saturday. I'd just been training in my normal fashion. In fact, I've been ramping the training up a little bit because I wanted to build some fitness for this off-road thing I'm doing, which looks pretty brutal, to be fair. And yeah, here I am, just sort of 3 days away from my first race in 5 years. Now, I think my triathlon credentials probably speak for themselves. And, you know, you'd think a sprint distance wouldn't faze me. There was a time when a sprint distance really was just a brick session. But like I say, first race in 5 years, totally unprepared. Well, not unprepared fitness wise. I think, you know, my fitness is there, but here's the facts. I haven't swum in open water in over a year. The Greyhound, as you've seen, is kind of, it's ready for a 10-mile time trial, which it did really well in, but I've done some faffing with it since, and I'd say it's 90% race ready, but I'm not convinced it's totally race ready for a triathlon. It will be a sprint. Yeah, it should be. It's only 2 miles more than the time trial. But I think my run's pretty solid. I nipped out for a lunchtime run yesterday, and it was properly solid, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, here we go. So what I'm going to do is over this week, I'm going to do just hopefully a series of little shorts updating you on what I've been up to that day. Today's going to be a rest day. I might just go round the block on the Greyhound just to see that the seat post isn't slipping. But yeah, I'm going to do a series of little shorts, and then obviously on Saturday the race is governed under Triathlon England rules, so I don't think you can do any recording in transition or on the track. And I mean, I'm not being funny, I want to race, I don't want to be faffing with cameras. So I don't know if there's anyone watching who's going to be in the Hanningfield area who would fancy helping with filming duties ridiculously early on a Saturday morning. hit me up in the DMs, as they say, and maybe we could sort that out. Otherwise, what I'll do is I will grab some sort of like B-roll and set up and thoughts and stuff like that and do a race report on Sunday. But yeah, here we go. That bloke that was the fat triathlete, who is now the improbable Ironman, is on his way back to Ironman, hopefully, via a sprint or two. Catch you later, YouTube.